Hello, welcome back to Days of M&J.
I'm Em.
I'm Jay, and recently we decided to go to a Formula One race in Austria at the Red Bull Ring,
We are huge fans of Max Verstappen, if you can't tell.
and also of a little of Yuki Tsunoda, but that's a little rough these days.
Well, besides that, we had a great weekend, and here are 5 things that we took away from that weekend.
Number 1, the official campsites are super convenient, but they're also super loud. So you're definitely going to need to bring some ear protection, not just for the cars that are really loud, but also for the music that will be blasting at the campsites until 2 a.m.
It's really bad. I had those foam ones that you can squish into your ears, the ones you can get on the airplane, and active noise canceling headphones over my ears, and I still felt the vibrations in the tent.
And the worst part was at 7 a.m. in the morning, they would blast these really annoying good morning jingles on the campsite to wake everyone up.
But it is very, very convenient. 5-minute walk to the gates, and you're right there.
So definitely recommend, but come prepared.
Number 2, prepare for the weather. I think we did a pretty good job preparing for the weather. We got our sunscreens, hats, sunglasses, and towel. We could soak our hats and towel in cold water and have that wrapped around us, and that kept us pretty nice and cool.
You do have to take into consideration there's a bunch of water stations all around the track, but especially with really hot weather, those water stations will have really long lines.
Yes. So I would say take 2 or 3 water bottles per person, so that way when you're in line for those, you can just grab multiple at a time.
If you do end up preparing properly, even if you're sitting in the grandstands like we were without the cover over you, it's still going to be fine.
The weekend that we were there was actually one of the hottest weeks of the summer.
We did also prepare with some ponchos just in case it would end up raining, but even though there was no rain whatsoever, they still came in handy if you wanted to sit somewhere in the grass. You had something to sit on or use it like a little picnic blanket or something like that. Number 3, there's smokers everywhere. Having lived in the United States for a couple of years now, I noticed that with a lot of like public sports events, you don't really notice all that many smokers, but at the Red Bull Ring, you saw them everywhere and you could smell it everywhere.
Unfortunate, but it might be a European thing. You could just be anywhere, by the shops, under the bleachers, even in the grandstands during the race, there were people smoking.
So especially if you have some sort of condition that means you can't be around smoke all that much, so like while you're pregnant or you just have some sort of thing with your lungs, maybe reconsider.
Number 4, the announcements are mostly in German. And yes, I know, in Austria you speak German, but for an F1 race, it's an international event, so I figure there would be a little bit more English. It's 70-80% German on the main track when they announce the race and the practices and things like that. I figured with the Dutch fans, there'll be more English, but sadly, not really. It's okay because you can't really hear them anyways over the cars, but just an FYI.
Auf die Stimme und vor allem auf das Wissen, auf das Knowledge from The Voice. Weiter Sitzer.
Now, that doesn't mean that if you don't speak German, there's no point in going to the Austrian race. The majority of the events are still being done in English. Like, there's events on the main stage that's like meet the drivers. The drivers will go up there and do like some interviews, some games, some fun puzzles, and all that is still being done in English.
Good morning, Max. Good morning, Yuki. I mean, absolutely incredible. I thought I would be the first one here, but these guys have been lining up all night.
And most of the workers that work at the track, at the souvenir stores or the restaurants where you can get drinks and whatnot, they still all speak English. It's just the official announcements are predominantly done in German.
Yeah.
Number 5, you're gonna end up having to wait before you can leave the campsite. So for us, the race ended at around 5 p.m. and according to the rules, you were not allowed to leave the campsites until 8 p.m. Mostly this is because they first want to give the people that are parking at the parking spots the chance to leave first, because the people at the campsites have the opportunity to just go sit at their tent or whatever.
So it might be a good idea to have an accommodation nearby the racing track and not too far away, especially since you've had a long weekend and you're very tired. Just know that you can't leave right after the race, and make plans keeping that in mind.
They do also, if you talk to the personnel at the campsite, there sometimes is the option to just stay one more night at the campsite. And so they'll allow you to leave on the Monday morning when the major rush is already gone.
And we have one bonus tip for you guys.
When you're driving towards the racetrack, make sure that you fill up your car before you actually get too close to the racetrack. It has happened in the past that as people are leaving the racetrack at the end of the weekend, everybody suddenly wants to fill up their car at the same 2 or 3 gas stations nearby. And gas stations in the past have run out of fuel. So you'll be standing in line for a long time wanting to fill up your car, only to find out you can't because the gas station's empty. So make sure that you can drive another 200, 300 miles by the time you leave the racetrack or your campsite, so that you can get well away from the busyness before you need to fill up again.
So have you guys been to the Austrian Grand Prix before? If you have, leave us a comment below and let us know what your favorite thing about the weekend is. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We'll put out a new video about the rest of our Austrian trip soon, hopefully.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.